Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Shantae Bliss Bar. I am back again because guess what, y'all? Because I know that you couldn't hear the audio. Now I done found a way to do it now. For my new album that will be out. The release is in July. I will be sending out for pre-orders. I just need to check the audio really, really fast to see if the audio is working. Let's see if the
Really, really
audio
fast.
is okay.
Let's see.
Okay, the audio is working. So y'all guess what I got today? Oh my gosh. I am so nervous. Look, see? You can't okay, it's kind of let's see. Let's see. See it like and this for love. Oh my gosh. I worked on this. I created everything. I did everything myself. This is the album cover, by the way. This is going to be the album cover. It is the album cover, not going to be. But it is the album cover. It is for love. I designed everything. I also got my new business cards for coaching. If you don't know, I am a coach, a life coach. I help women to heal through a program called Glow Up Sis Coaching. I help families or loved ones. I help people who have a loved one that has been diagnosed with a mental health challenge. I don't like to say disorder. I just say challenge. Because it's a challenge. It's not really a disorder. It's a disorder, but it's a challenge. It's a challenge to elevate. I help families to help their loved ones because we all need somebody. These are my new, you see it from here, business cards. I designed them myself. I'm so happy I got them. The reason why I had to get new ones is because the number, they was trying to charge me $30. And it was like, oh no. I use my regular phone before I do that. But people be playing on the phone, you know. So you can pre-order it now. You can pre-order it now. And it says, prepare to be captivated by Miss Bliss's For Love album, a journey through emotions and personal growth inspired by the poetry book, Stained Glass Windows for Butterflies. I'm trying to see. You don't want to see my copy of it. My copy of the book is where is it? I promise you don't want to see it because I write out of it. Where the heck is it? I promise I write out of it and here it goes. I have more uh in the box, but see, stained glass windows for butterflies. This is because I turn all the poems into lyrics. See, look, I promise you don't want to. Maybe I should turn this virtual background off because, anyways, I promise you don't want to see this. It is me rewriting lyrics, rewriting stuff in here. I'm gonna let you guys listen to because I don't found a way. But let me finish reading, right? Okay, so it's prepare to be captivated by Miss Bliss's For Love album, a journey through emotions and personal growth inspired by the poetry book, Stained Glass Windows for Butterflies. Immerse yourself in a musical masterpiece, blending poetry and melodic harmonies with soul stirring tracks like Bliss's Prayer for music, Fallen Angel, and Like Love Like Flojo, that explore themes of redemption and love. Each song provides a unique view of life, combining spoken word with music for an engaging experience, appealing to art lovers. Let For Love take you on a poetic journey, offering comfort, inspiration, and introspection, a tribute to love and artistic expression. This album will take you higher. For Love. Pre-order. Pre-order. But let's try this again. Let's try this again. If I can get my mouse went to sleep on me. Let's do this one more time. Okay. So let me introduce this one. This is let's see. This one is called Cause I'm the Shh. And so I wrote this, right? I wrote this way back in 2006. Um Yeah, it was in 2006. I wrote this because people actually had a nerve to say, Bliss thinks she the ish. Like, you know me like that? You know me well enough to be like, not realizing I went home and I was crying every single day. Every day I was in tears. Every day I was in tears. Every single day. And hi to everybody who has come in. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I'm just promoting that. The For Love album. So this poem right here is called Cause I'm the Shh. And when I say in here, uh, you're beautiful, she said. That was actually, I walked into a church, I was feeling very ugly that day. This guy who I wasn't dating him, we never did anything. I never did anything with him. But one day he just looked at my eye, like he pushed me back and he was looking at my eyes. And I felt something him depositing something into my spirit. And right after that, like I started feeling ugly. I had to cut him off real quick because he was telling me he was into some stuff. I just wasn't hearing him. It didn't have nothing to do with me. Whatever you into don't got nothing to do with me. What you eat don't make me go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't hearing that, but he deposited something into my spirit and made me feel very ugly. And I walked into a church one day. I'd never been there before. And the first lady, she was speaking, she was up speaking, and she stopped right in the middle of what she was saying. She said, "You are beautiful." Now, let's listen to this real quick.
Cause I'm the shh. Since a kid, I thought otherwise. Looking in the mirror, the sight I despise. I couldn't find one good thing to say about myself. Knocking all the pictures off of the shelf. You're beautiful, she said, and that set my spirit free. I began to have the power to really see me. That's why I say I'm the shh. Not conceited at all. I've earned the right to stand tall. I always prayed to be humble, to hold my head high when I stumble. I know I'm not the only woman to feel this way. So I know you feel me when I speak the words I say. I look at so many women full of beauty who can't see that beautiful is more than skin deep. That's why I know I'm the shh. My weapon to woo you is my sunshine smile. Then I get you hooked with my laid-back style. I speak from the heart, so sensual and deep. My words will creep upon your spirit, you're asleep. My power, my light, I was always an eerie mess. I'm versatile with an eclectic twist. They call me beloved. They call me Miss Bliss. And that, my dear, is what makes me the shit.
Now, I've played the next one. I played it before, but and these are not the final ones. I can't let you hear the final one, you know. So this next one is Get a Love in the Wind, and uh it's been fun making it. It's been on here before. I wrote this um about my sweet 16 who is now deceased. Um yeah. So I'll let you just hear it. Hi everybody who came in. I'm just letting you hear
We gave
some
birth
from
to
my new album,
electricity
Hello.
the day we met. Two lost souls traveling in time, searching for the home where hearts learn to beat. BB, 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 where hearts learn to laugh and cry simultaneously. Our words went unspoken, oblivious to what was wrong. In denial, the thrill was gone. Was the problem me? Is that why you gave your love to another? But for me, no one else would do. It had to be you.
Hi everybody who's
It had to be you.
on YouTube,
It had to be you.
Facebook.
It had to
Thank
be
you for
you.
stopping through. I really appreciate it.
Now
Check with
it's too
my
late
album, new album,
to hold your hand,
Hello.
to talk to you, to understand. No more you, a spirit set free. Never thought tonight I'd be so lonely.
I produced it myself.
Winter came and
The music
summer
isn't
had
mine,
icicles
obviously,
formed around the corners of my eyes. Never know you,
but I do have the
never
right
know
to
we,
use it.
dancing in the living room by candlelight. Our love lost in time, somewhere in the past. No more thugging queen. I've awakened from the dream. You left us too soon. You ain't coming back. You had a lot of living to do. Why did you do that? And now the things we've done, we can't take it back.
This next one, I love this next one. This next one is called Poetry in Motion. And I used to play the viola for a little while, but then my chorus teacher came and she heard that I could sing, and she obviously, because I'm in her class, and she pulled me from playing my viola to but I've always loved the viola, and I remember like I used to love to dance ballet. I can't see who, like, I'm on 3 different platforms right now. So I really can't see you, but if you comment, then I can see you. But thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm just promoting my new album coming out is For Love. It'll be out soon, July. You can pre-order it now at the link below, www.missbliss.com. You can get it now for 25% off, 20% off. I'm sorry. Um, but this one, I loved working on it. You may not be able to tell, but it's four different. I put I pieced four different tracks together for this one. I produced it. Um, the music is not mine. I have a license to use it though. But yeah, it's called For Love. And I wrote this, I was about to give up, like, don't ever give up on anything, and always pray and always consult with God, because I was ready to walk away from everything. Um, and God told me, look at my phone. I look at my phone, and then it was just like, I got the answer that I was supposed to get. And what I did was, I got back on the road, and I was on I-90, and I was going home. I was on I-90, New York State Thruway, I-90. And I was I was listening to a song, um, the whole record, like I had been playing it all weekend on repeat, like all the albums, and it was just like really getting on my it was getting on my nerves. I'm like, no, I gotta play something else. It's getting on my nerves. And I had to pull over for it. I'm listening to it, I wrote it off of the very beginning of Alicia Keys' As I Am, because it was just playing, all the records was just playing, you know, um and I had it on repeat, and then it was just going. I was like, nah, yo, this really getting on my nerves now. I was just, it's just getting on my nerves. But then that came on, and I'm like, yo, wait. And I started flowing to it. I'm like, oh, I had to pull over. And then I remember I looked up because I got stuck for a hot second. And I look up, and I'm like a Big Mac truck. I'm taking over the highway. So here this goes. This is Poetry in Motion. There we go. It says 4 tracks, 4 separate tracks. They sound like they go together. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm good at what I'm doing. Do you hear what I'm saying? I remember I wanted to be a ballet dancer. I would turn to Channel 6 and they would play classical music. And it was like my body and my feet knew exactly what to do. I had to dance in the closet though, because I wasn't allowed to dance. It was like you snatched my happiness, my freedom right from under me. And there is still this question replaying over and over in my head, whether you wanted me to be happy or not. I never stopped dancing though. With my pen, it's like learning ballet and finally getting point. To write what is in my heart while choosing the right words to make you feel every emotion pulsing through my veins. It's like a musician, a pianist, nitpicking over every note. To write is like cooking up a dish and adding in spices and herbs and allowing the juices to macerate the vegetables to nourish your anatomy. But you kiki laugh cause you don't know the half. I picked up the Bible and still kept the math. I'm rising higher. Miss Bliss brings the fire. I'm your number one desire. Call me sire, I'm like a Big Mac truck. I'm taking over the highway. We try to your way, now we gon' do it my way. The Miss Bliss flyway. Move out of my way. One day you gonna learn. Never mess with me.
I made it to 7. Now my life is complete. One day you gonna learn. Never mess with me. I made it to 7. And now my life is complete.
This next one, it's called For Love. I changed the names of them. The music part, the poetry part is called Old School Love, New School Rules. And you know, I started it back in 2005. I mean, with this, I remember listening to the music change, shake that laugh. I'm like, what the be up in the this one I knew it's time for me to go. And I was in my 20s then. It's time for me to be up out of here. Cause I'm like, people really dancing to this stuff. And I'm like trying to fake the funk and stuff. All I was dancing to was Neo, um, Neo, J Lo with Fabulous and Janet Jackson. Shake it like the meter drop. I could dance all night. Okay. What? I remember one of the DJs that I used to go, the spot that I love going there. She'd be like, "Do you have?" So he was like, "No, I don't think I got it." And so then it just took me a while to catch on to what he was doing because I go nuts when it come out. I hit the dance floor. I don't you can't don't just come up to me and dance with me. No, no, I don't know who you think I am. Like, I mean, you can't just come up to me and dance with me. Ask me, I'll dance with you. Ask me and keep your hands to yourself. But so uh you see the change in it. I'm an 80s baby. You know, I fell in love with hip hop off of DJ Rob Bass and I mean Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock because I had to think, wait a minute, that ain't right. It Takes Two. I was walking to school. My uncle, he had went out of town. I don't know where he went. My uncle, I think he might have been around 20. He was in his 20s. He was young. He came. My mom was young. So he came to the house that morning, getting ready for school. He got some headphones. I ain't never seen headphones before. So I'm like, what's that? So he put it on my ears. And yo, listen, it was over. That I didn't want to go to school. I wanted to listen to it, and I had to beg him to let me take it to school. And he said, no, I'll please just let me say, I promise I'll bring it home. And I'm spoiled. I didn't spoil myself. Okay. Everybody around me spoiled me. Well, not everybody, because everybody ain't like me. But it is what it is. We can be honest now. Everybody ain't like me, you know. But I'm spoiled. And so my uncle, he let me take it and I brought it back. But on my way to school, I learned the words, on my way to school and I took it serious. I walked into school that day and listen, nobody from that day forward, nobody could tell me that I wasn't dope. Okay. It didn't matter how you felt about me. It mattered how I felt about myself. And nobody could tell me that I wasn't dope. And I remember we had moved and I went to a school and I was the only black female. There was only two other black students there, but I was the only black female there. And I had friends at first, but then there's the one little girl, she wasn't there. At the start of school, she wasn't there. I remember a lot. I have a really good memory. She had the chicken pox, so she was out for a little while. She came back. Let me tell you, this little demon ain't want nobody to talk to me. She forbade them to talk to me. Do you hear what I'm saying? This little demon, she was a little thing too. I remember her. They made up a song. They didn't bully me, but they used to tease me. They made up a song about me and everything. yo. I'm not playing. But I never took it home with me. I never took it personal. I ate lunch by myself and she didn't want nobody to pick me to be on the team. She was a bully for real, but she bullied them. She didn't bully me because I wasn't stunting her. Okay. I never took none of this home because nobody couldn't tell me that I wasn't dope. And I just be looking at her like, I don't know what's wrong with you because I'm dope. Okay. But the change, I grew up off of, ooh, ladies first. Not, and I grew up off of Guru. He did it just to get a rep. Okay. Um, I ain't grow up off of Wet and Gushy or whatever it's called. I didn't grow up off none of that. You know, I grew up off of music that was taking me higher, that made me want to be something. And so, it kind of really got to me one day. And when I recorded this, I cried and I didn't want to record it over because I thought that it spoke to the essence of really what I was trying to say. So this is called For Music.
Hip hop is my
I'm
father.
sorry, the levels are kind of messed up.
R&B, my mother. I can never
Not the kind of
understand
recording.
why they divorce one another. The lessons are gone, and there's not much love anymore. Mommy doesn't mind daddy calling her a bitch
Don't mind the
or a
levels.
whore.
It's not the final recording. I mean,
I don't
not
mean
the
to be
capture.
cruel. Things change, I see. But it seems all daddy and mommy care about are clothes and money. Hip hop is my father. R&B is my mother. I can't seem to find my sister, and I'm searching for my brother. They beefing on some stupid stuff and not speaking to one another. I called a family gathering, and they said, just let it be. These competitions seem senseless to me. I'm reminiscing when we had peace and unity, and I'm not sure if our family can ever unite how it used to be. Hip hop is my father. R&B, my mother. Jazz, my sister. Rock, my brother. Who am I? I'm just a music lover.
And this next one is called Fallen Angel, and I wrote it in 2007. I was in a bad place, yo. So many things were happening so fast. So many things. It was crazy. I didn't know whether I was coming or going. Do you hear what I'm saying? People was using witchcraft, voodoo on me. Thank you so much. This is Facebook. And thank you everybody who's watching. I'm on 3 platforms, so I can't really see anybody. So if you make a comment, I think that I'm still learning how to use this. Um, oops. I think I can. Okay. But thank you so much. Thank you everybody for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. I'm just talking about my new album that's coming up for Bliss. It's available for pre-order now at www.missbliss.com, and it's being released in July. I did everything myself. I did everything. When I say everything myself, I did it all myself. So this next one, if I'm not mistaken, when I first wrote it, I know I was at work, but I wrote it. No, 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 no. I think I can't remember because it's 2007. But I remember a paper bag or either a brown paper towel, so I had to have been at work when I first. Yes, I was. I was at work and I worked as an operator, so I had time on my hands until, I got a call. Sometimes the call was a little longer, so but in between time, but this is called and I'm talking to God because I used to talk to God. I had disobeyed God. I did something that God told me not to do. I went somewhere and I wasn't supposed to go. I moved and I wasn't supposed to go. God sent me several signs and I did what I wanted to do anyway. And man, listen, yo, my God. I'm gonna have to get that whole testimony later but God was still there with me, but God had to teach me a lesson. He teaches a lesson because He loves us. But I learned from that day forward. If I don't want to know something, I'm not going to ask because I asked and God said no. But I wasn't asking for God to say no. I'm spoiled. I wasn't asking for God to say no. I was asking for God to say, your wishes might come in. I'm just being honest. And God showed me real quick who was in charge. Okay. But I used to talk to, God and poet. We used to have these poetic conversations. I could never write them down though, because it was too fast. It was my spirit speaking to God. I swear to everything that I love. Word to everything. I love my spirit. I mean, some of the most beautifulest poems that I have ever spoken out my mouth because I never got a chance to write them down. I couldn't. I was really literally talking to God. We was having conversations with one another. But this is one where I'm writing and I'm praying to God. And this is called Fallen Angel. Dear God, I just hope you hear my prayer. Please forgive me for disobeying you. I will work hard at never doing it again. Please hear my call. I'm so lost without you. I shine so bright the world could see the sun upon my face. But now I have fallen from grace. Like an angel with clipped wings, I've been blinded by things, strutting blindly, not seeing what's in front of me. I've been screaming silently, just trying to break free. Waiting patiently for the sun to shine on me. No sun on my face. I have fallen from grace. Staring out into space. Man, I gotta get out of this place. I need some peace of mind. Maybe a shoulder to pour my soul. But all who's around have got hearts of stone cold. Quantum changes in my life. I ain't been living right in God's sight. So from now on, I'm a butterfly with uncolored wings. A hummingbird who fails to sing.
A rainbow with no arch, like no trees in a park. An angel falling out of the sky, but I am not yet ready to die. Guess that's why I smile when I cry. Cause I'm in love with the joy that comes after the pain. I'm like a flower. It's my sunshine and rain. I am an angel fallen from grace, with no sun upon my face, waiting patiently to take my place. Please don't take your life. I'm lost without you, and I don't know what to do. Please don't take your love. I'm so confused. I'm lost. No way. I'm in so much pain. There's no end, and there's no end. There's no end to this rain. Comes pouring down. Please don't take your love. It's pouring down. Dear God, I hope you heard me. I hope you hear me.
In this next one, I had so much fun doing this one. I mean, I really got a chance to play around, you know. This shows the a different side of this album. The book was about it. It's full of movement. It's a journey. It's a journey on growth, the poetry. Now you can just read my poetry on face value, and it's good. But if you want the meat, I studied poetry, so every word is you gotta go a little bit deeper. I mean, on the surface, it's good, you know? I mean, it is. It's dope. But now, if you want to get to the meat, you gotta go a little bit deeper, you know? But this next one, this the last one I'm gonna play, you know, because you can get it's. I mean, the album, every track is different. Not one of them sounds the same as the next. Not one. So when you get this, it's a variety. And it's not for everybody, right? Because not everybody is into the spoken word. You know, but this is why I added music to it and lyrics to it and rhymes to it. Because it is for everybody. But you really gotta have a love for, you know, art and music and the spoken word. And everybody really has a love for the spoken word because a song is a poem put to music and melody, you know? But this one, you know, I used to party. I used to go out into you know, dance clubs and stuff. And, you know, this one spot, this was a, you know, you had to really it wasn't like an exclusive spot, not this spot. But you had to have you had to know this back in the day. So, you know, spots like this wasn't popping for everybody. But they're the ones that stayed open the latest. Cause let me tell you something, everybody in there was happy. And I'm not trying to say that to be funny. Nobody it was in there fighting. Nobody. You ain't have to worry about nothing. Okay. I mean, but I remember being in there one day and the spirit spoke to me like, what if I came right now and you up in here? And I got I tried to ignore it though. I really did. You know, I don't took other people to this spot with me and you know, they ain't comfortable. I remember my first time going there, you know, um uh uh there was someone standing on a speaker and they were Vogue. They were posing in a Vogue, right? And then they moved. I almost fell out because I thought it was a mannequin. But, I like house music. I like dance music, and this speaks to, you know, a older version of, who I used to be. I have fun with this now. Mind you, this is not the final version, okay? This is not the final version. You'll get the final version on that. So the levels are a little bit, out of whack right now, but that's okay. This is called a love song.
I wanna write my lover a poem across the sky with colors only the soul can see. A poem where rainbows form when our lips brush against the skin of the other. He's the ultimate lover, like fire on candle wicks, burning when all the lights are low, and music plays softly through the radio. But there I go, scared of impending pain. There I go, I'm behind the wall of it.
Okay, and that is it for now. Listen, y'all, let me explain something to you. Don't ever, never, ever, never, ever give up on your purpose. I'm not talking about no dream, okay? Not all dreams come true. I'm talking about your purpose. And you know what your purpose is because it's in your heart. It's something that it's all that matters to you under God. Okay? It's all that matters to you. My purpose is healing people. And I just happen to do that with words. I happen to do that with poetry, with my writing. My words come in the form of short stories, poems, spoken word, articles that I write. You can go to get I still have to excuse me, I'm sorry. I still have to put some more stuff on here as far as the website goes for my writing. Let's make this a little bit bigger so that you can see. There is so much more that I still have to put on here. I have so much writing. These are articles that I have written. Like there's Black mental health. It's about mental health and our community. It deals with the causal factors. Mental illness in Black America is characterized by trauma, violence, and oppression. Black men are targeted by police and diagnosed with learning disabilities starting at an early age. Black women face intersectional oppression, race, gender, and class, and hypersexualization that deemed enslaved Black women as sex objects. And we ain't finna get into the intersectionality that we adopt and display on ourselves, at least not here, anyways. Racism is a silent contributor to mental illness because it is something our ancestors struggled to survive with. By understanding the survival methods of our ancestors, we can learn how they contributed to the way we handle mental illness today. That's one article. Uh, I I think you I think you should read it. It's really good. Then there's love and mental health. Because people think that mental health makes you unlovable, or somebody is scared to love somebody who was diagnosed with a mental illness, but a mental illness more than spiritual illness that manifests itself through thought and behavior. Make sure you go and read this. Being a Black single woman in the dating game today is challenging, especially when looking for a long term relationship. Whether someone is an introvert, an extrovert, or maybe a little bit of both, finding Mr. Right can be a daunting task. Online dating is no better than meeting someone at the club, unless you're looking for the wham bam thank you man, because that's all they want. Even eHarmony has its fair share of weirdos. Multiple times during the day, a woman has a guy on social media in her inbox saying something stupid. Dating is not too different for the woman managing a mental illness, but meeting the right guy can be laborious. The real challenge, however, is finding a man who accepts and supports her without the influence of mental illness stigma. But misinformation about mental illnesses are everywhere and sway our perception of those who are diagnosed with one. These are not written for a class. I wrote these specifically for Fly Girl Zone. This is it's a family affair. Let's pick something. Failure to address unresolved issues within the family produces tension and discord at family functions, which can cause family members to disassociate themselves from the family. We must keep in mind that a tree can survive without a limb. A limb cannot survive without the tree, but a tree with no limbs is dead. Sure, a family member can break away and do well without their family, but what happens when the children and grandchildren encounter a genetic disorder and needs answers from their family? When we pass down the history, no matter how gruesome the details, we set the foundation for a stable family and solidify the future for families. Now, here's the thing. This is why I love doing articles on and I love getting my uh degree, my master's degree in psychology, because I needed to understand us. I need to understand that I majored in communications. Yes, in the beginning it was to practice law. I was a political science major, a political science a communications major and a political science minor. With I wanted to practice law, Um, but the main reason I got into it was because I wanted to help us. I can't say the main reason. After, and really, to be honest, let me be honest. It wasn't my choice. Okay, it was all God. I have to be honest because I still wanted to be a lawyer. I was still taking law classes. Yeah. Like, word, okay? I'm still taking law classes, and God was like, "Yeah, you can let it go. It ain't going nowhere, okay? You're gonna do what I want you to do." And so I was speaking, prophesizing over myself, and I was saying that I'm gonna get a degree in psychology. I had no intentions. of doing anything in psychology, nothing. But I remember I was speaking to one of my cousins, and I'm just, yeah, I'm gonna get a psychology degree and just prophesizing over myself. I didn't want no psychology degree. I had no intentions, but it was all God, you know. And the life coaching, that wasn't me either. I didn't even know what a life coach was. And I remember I was taking a public speaking class at Brockport College in Brockport, New York, on the other side of Rochester, New York. Um, and the instructor, he was cute. I'm just saying he was. Okay. He was. He knew he was cute though. But but I never flirted with this dude, but he was cute. Um he asked us, he said, "What do you guys want to do with a degree in psychology?" I mean, what do you guys, why are you guys taking public speaking? And I said to be a life coach and motivational speaking. I had no idea what a life coach was. I literally had to go look up what a life coach was because I had no idea. I'd never heard of one, you know? But so many things happen. I mean, it was a struggle just to get one degree. I ended up in a mental institution because so many things happened at one time. I moved, gosh, now we can go through it right now. I moved to DC. And for financial reasons, I had to move back from DC, right? Then I moved to Rochester. And then I moved back from Rochester. Then my grandfather passed away and I wanted a place of my own. So I moved to Syracuse. Then I moved again. After my lease was up, I moved again. The 6 apartments already. Then I got into a car accident and moved back home. That's 7 times. Then I moved to Brockport and went to school. Then I wanted to find a place of my own. So then I moved to Hamlin. And then I moved back home because I was in between before the 10th time that I moved, and this is all from 2004 to 2010. I moved 9 times. I never got evicted from an apartment, by the way. I always paid my rent. That's not why I was moving. It was just I was really unstable, and I was losing people left and right. I mean, I couldn't even be okay. Do you hear what I'm saying? I couldn't sit still. I couldn't get comfortable because it seemed like every time I turned around, somebody was dying. And it was tearing me up inside. I remember I'm not gonna say exactly where I was. Um, I got invited to a healing party, and the girl, she had lost her grandmother, and she wanted me to be there. And I remember we were all sitting there. It was a group of us. We were all sitting there. And I remember I picked a card because when you walked in, you had to pick a card. And I remember the card that I picked was trust. I don't know what it meant, but it was trust. It was a trust card. It was trust. I picked the trust card. And I remember she asked me, "What does that mean to you, Bliss?" I don't doggone know. Trust the process, I guess. I mean, really, I think I was speaking to myself, though. I mean, it was for her, but I think, it was for me too, but so we're just sitting there and um it was around July. It was after the 4th of July and I was coming home. I was cuz I didn't live in a place, that I grew up. And I was going back home, me and a older relative of mine. And I was going to pick her up. But I wanted to go to this party first, this healing party first, because I gave my word. And all of a sudden we hear pops. And so, it was like it was, firecrackers. You start hearing firecrackers, but then, and I remember there was a woman there, And she was like, "Oh," she was just like, see?" She was like, "They're letting off firecrackers," was, coming into agreement with something that was said. And I kid you not, I felt death. It was death. I and I was like, I don't know, like I went into a trance, kinda like, and I knew somebody died. And so then, I'm looking at my phone is ringing, and I ain't answering it because it's my relative, and she probably wanna know when am I coming to get her. And so, I keep looking at my phone because my uncle was in the hospital, and they gave him so long to live, my uncle Elton, and they had only gave him so long to live, and, I'm like, I can't sit still, I can't, rest, and after, right? Because I couldn't stay, and so, I took a plate to go. It was good though, but when I got down the street, the very next street over, it was blocked off. There was, I mean, full of police cars, and my phone rung, and I called my relative. I picked up the phone from my relative. She was like, because she knew where I was. She was like, "Yo," she was like, "Be careful on the side of town that you're on." She said, "Because somebody just got, murked." And I went back. I remember I went back to tell them, but it was just like I felt that. I felt that the man who lost his life that day, I felt his spirit enter. It like went through me. So what I think was happening was, he was running for his life. He probably didn't know that he had died. Um and he was running, and that's the death that I felt because I knew somebody had died. Um but I ended up moving. I was in a car accident. I was in 3 car accidents, we ain't gonna talk about that, though. I was in 3 car accidents, and, all within 2 months of each other, um, all within 2 months of each other. Uh, and, yo, I mean, every time I looked around, something was happening, and as Black women, all we know is to fall and get up. It say in the Bible, fall and get back. We fall 7 times and get back up 8, right? But see, here's the thing, we're getting back up and we're not getting back up healed. We're getting back up and keep it moving, and that's all I know how to do, and it was getting to me, it was getting to my, my mental, uh, I was mentally unstable, with all the things that I was carrying and all the things that we carry, all the things that we take in, we normalize it, right? It's normalized in our community. We don't look at it like this is not normal, and we deal with it, we handle it, we get up and we keep it moving. And God was like, "No, you need to heal." So every time I got back up, and I'm keeping going, and boom, fall again. God's like, "Uh-huh. Now you can sit down." But all I knew to get back up and boom. So I remember, you know, I was really stressed. I was really, really stressed. I wasn't sleeping. It doesn't make me proud to say this, but this is my testimony. For me to sleep, I was getting a friend of mine, was taking Ambien, right? And so I would crush them up and cut it up and you know uh you know and I would do that with no dose. I get up because I will only get like, I worked and I went to school and I had to study. I was in an honors program. So when you're in an honors program, your GPA has to be above a certain, and then you got obligations that you have to do with your honors program. It was called the McNair honors program. And, I really didn't have much time to do anything. I had to get my grades up. And, I literally only probably got, like if I got 3 hours of sleep at night, I did well. I did really good. So I would have to take Ambien, and then I'd have to get up and crush up some No-Dos, and I'm drinking coffee all day, then I drink 5-hour now I'm paranoid, obviously, of course I'm paranoid, I mean, all of the stuff I'm taking, I mean, I'm like, you know and I went to the doctors one day, and they put me on, Xanax for anxiety, right? She warned me. She said, "Whatever you do," she said, "don't stop taking this. Don't," she said, "If you're gonna take this," she said, "if you're not gonna continue taking this, I'm not gonna prescribe it to you." She said, "'Cause you cannot stop taking this." And I'm gonna be okay. And it was making me tired. Did I look like I had time to be tired? I was working and I was going to school. When I wasn't at school, I was working, or, I was studying. I'd get off of work. Sometimes I get off of work I get home at 11. From 11 to, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm studying. Then I got to get up and I got to go to school. Sometimes I had to go to work and then go to school. It depends on how it was, you know. Um, and one day, I couldn't be tired, so I stopped taking it. And whoa we listen, let me tell you something. When they tell you don't stop taking that medicine because it causes um uh ideation, the ideation, the notion that you start ruminating on these things like, I'm a burden, and maybe I'm not supposed to be here, and life is too hard, and nobody loves me, and nobody cares, and the thing is, it doesn't matter who is on your side. Is are you these are all things that I had to overcome, and I ended up coming home, and then I couldn't stop crying, and, my grandmother just happened to be at my house that day, and she was leaving, and I don't know what happened. I was stressed, there were some things that was going on, at school, and, I just started crying. I would have been alright, but my grandma, took me to my therapist, and my therapist and I'm this is what I do, I fall and get back up, and I'm like, "I'm okay." And she's like, "Uh-uh." She said, "That's not gonna work today." She said, "You can't even stop crying." She said, "I don't trust you to go home." And I'm like, "Well, I can go home with my" she was like, "No, sorry." She was like, "I don't trust you to go home." And she had me committed. And so, when I came home, I sat there for I mean, I was drugged up because when they send you home, from a watch like that, you know, um, they send you home heavily medicated, so I was like a zombie. And it took a minute for me to get back here, but, what I learned, because I needed to understand, what was happening. I was diagnosed with PTSD, bipolar disorder, um, major depressive disorder, um, and it was like, yo, and I'm also anxiety disorder and depression. So these 5 different things. 4. Wait, because it was major depressive disorder, PTSD, anxiety, bipolar, and depression. It's 5 things, really, seriously, and it was all true. I can never deny that I wasn't experiencing PTSD. I was, assaulted twice, twice. Once at 14 and the other at 15. And yes, he went to prison. Um, I got married when I was 18. My husband was my ex-husband, was abusive towards me. And I also, So a lot of stuff that we go through in our community is normalized. Like a lot of us are raised by different family members, right? I had a friend, she was raised. I had a few friends, not just one, a few, who were raised by people that they weren't even, I can't even say really related to. Um, I had a friend who her mother had passed away and she was living with family members, and she was emancipated. She got herself emancipated. I think she was like 17, I think. Then I had a friend, um, and she's not from here, but she lived with people who were not her family, you know, just going from house to house, living with people who were not her family. And so to us, this stuff is it's normalized in our community. It's like, and we don't really understand how it affects us, and it really does. And I wanted to understand that, and I had to understand that, so I had to let go, and I had to let God guide me, and, along with the words, because I remember I told God what I was gonna do and what I wasn't gonna do, you know, not even playing. That's worth everything I love. I told God, "I ain't writing another poem. You're gonna have to find somebody else to do it." I'm laughing now because I was dead serious. God was like, "Yeah, really? Oh, really? Okay. Turn to First 48." And that's when I wrote this poem called First 48 Birthday Girl. It's a real episode. That's the episode, First 48 Birthday Girl. And I dedicated it to Latavia Williams. She lost her life at her birthday party. Another young man who was around the same age as her came up and started spraying, and she lost her life, and God made me write. I mean, I'm writing the whole time I'm writing in tears, and God is like, "Yeah, now tell me what else you ain't gonna do with the gift that I gave you. Now tell me what else you ain't gonna do." Okay? For love, stained glass windows for butterflies is the book. I turned the book into audio, so it's music. Listen, go get it now. You can pre-order it now. It will be available in July. The release date is in July. You can get it now. I will start shipping them out in August as soon as they're pressed. I get them back and everything, and as soon as I get them back, I understand. I did all of this myself. I did it all by myself. Everything. Everything, from going on CD Baby to making sure it's registered, to making sure that when you put the CD in your car, it will show you what track is playing, the name, it'll show you everything. And I did it all myself, all by myself. Never, ever, ever give up on your purpose. I'm not going to say give up on your dream, because not every dream is meant to be realized. We have a lot of dreams. Okay. If my dream came true, I'd be a lawyer, an entertainment lawyer. Okay. An entertainment lawyer. I had it all planned out. I was going to work for the FCC. I was going to intern at the FCC because I had the connections. I was going to intern for the FCC, and, I was going to, work for a entertainment law firm, and, do all of this, and then open my own firm, and I had it all planned out. And I was like, "Yeah, I like your plan and everything. Well, that ain't finna happen." This was supposed to happen. I went on a whole journey from meeting Perry Thomas, the writer of These Mean Streets, is also a poet. And that's when I knew I'm a writer. I'm a writer, and it's crazy the journey that I went on. And, you can read a little bit about it uh, that's my mouse be going to sleep, y'all. Okay, there we go. Let's see. You can read about the journey here, you know, if you want to, I encourage you to read it, especially because sometimes, we get discouraged by what people think about us. They try to say, you a certain age, you need to sit down and stop living. All the while they're going out to nightclubs and getting drunk and doing absolutely nothing. I'm just saying, for somebody to be so judged, for people to be so judgmental of somebody who is actually following their path and not going out to the club every weekend, and getting, or not, maybe not the club, but maybe just sitting around, at other people's house. And yes, people, talk about me because I don't go anywhere, but when I'm home, I'm actually working. I'm never bored, so you cannot go by other people's opinions of you. Um, Get them out of your ear. Who cares what they think? Who cares what they say? It doesn't matter how old you are. Whatever it is that you want to do, if you want to go back to school, if you're 50 years old, 60 years old, and you want to go back to school to get your high school diploma, your GED, do it. You know how many older people that I see walking across the stage? 80-year-olds and whatever it is that you want to do. If you're, middle aged, 'cause 80s babies, we middle aged, it is what it is, um, and it's getting dark because over here, it's dark. I don't have my other light, so I have to put that light over there, but, you know, um don't let anybody stop you. Don't let their opinion stop you. Me starting my own business, I don't get congratulations. I don't hear, that's good that you started your own business. People think that I should be working for someone else. This is like this that doesn't make any sense. This is my purpose. You not everybody is meant to work for somebody else, especially when uh uh it's hard for me to say, I don't like saying this because it make it more real every time I say it, but who I am, who God chose me to be, um, I can't work for nobody else because of my spirit won't get along with their spirit. And because my spirit protects me. My spirit, I can feel the protection. It's like with a skunk doesn't spray all the time. It'll give warnings before it sprays because it does not want to spray. Because when it sprays, it has to build that juice back up to spray. So it's like with us, when we're around people, our protection is there's like this field that encases us from other people because when you're a light, it's like people who don't even know that they're influenced by darkness. It is what it is. Spirits clash and and I come home and I'm drained. I'm okay, but it's like I'm drained and I got to build, this energy back up. So everybody ain't meant to work for somebody and it's okay. Starting a business and people, there are how many people have started you see them and they're like millionaires, right? But you didn't see what they had to go through to become this millionaire. Some people had to go through several businesses. We start a business and people want to know how much money you just beat them started it. How much money you making and they think that when you start a business things are supposed to take off just like that, and that is not how it is. I actually met this man from the man who I bought my car from. And we sat and we talked and I really respected this man and God bless this man. I'm very thankful for him. I don't forgot his name. This Italian dude, he was very nice. And he told me, I told him, I started my business. I said, it's, pretty new. I just started. He said, good. He said, give it 5 years. He said, don't quit. He said, "Give it 5 years." He said, "When I started my business, not the business that he has now from where I bought my car from," he said when he started his business, he said it was about he said it was in the 5th year. And he said he was giving up on it. He said, "I'm done." He said, "There's nothing else I can do. I'm done." And he said right after he said it, boom, his business just started taking off and taking off and taking off and taking off and okay. Um, so whatever it is that you want to do, you don't need to go to anybody else for no advice. How can you go to somebody advice who is not walking your path? You go to somebody who's walking your path, who's walked your path and who has made it. That's who you go to. And you may not have, a personal relationship with these people, right? It may be just getting on the internet and listening to people's testimonies, right? My first business, I didn't have no money, yo. I had the vision. I ain't had no money. And it was because somebody they read my poetry and they was just like, "Oh my gosh, you should send your work to Hallmark." Me, I got the bright idea. If it's good enough for Hallmark, it's good enough for me too. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna start off to really promote me making cards and stuff like that. I'm gonna start off doing wedding planning. And I had these business cards. I didn't have no money. So I'm like, I need a business. I'm sorry. I need a business card. I ain't got no money now. So I know I need a business card. So I went to the Dollar Tree. This one, everything was $1 at the Dollar Tree. I went to the Dollar Tree and I went and got some index cards. And I mean, they were nice. I decorated them and everything with glitter. And I remember I'm passing it out and I will never forget this dude. This dude was like, he looking at me like, he looked at it and he looked at me and he looked back at it and looked at me. And it was just like he was saying, "Is you serious?" Heck yeah, I'm serious. What you mean? That ain't good enough. It's crazy. I mean, I was that serious. Ain't nobody called, I mean, I ain't get no, customers. It is what it is because it wasn't supposed to work out. But it's the journey to get here. So every time I started something, I remember I was doing makeup and I could do makeup really good. But I did this one girl makeup and she was white. And I didn't really have no makeup for white people. You know what I'm saying? So I actually went and got some. I look right when after I did her makeup, because I had makeup for black people, right? And I know how to do our makeup because I'm used to our skin, you know? And when I did her makeup, I'm like, oh my, yo. I was like, this ain't for me. Right then and there, nah, this is not for me. And I was just like, because I knew I was supposed to start a business. I knew that. I just didn't know what it was going to be. And come to find out, it was always inside of me. It was always inside of me. I sell jewelry. I make jewelry. I can't make it so much anymore because my shoulder, when I do jewelry, I actually hand paint it and the repetition hurts my shoulders. It hurts. So I can't do it like that, like I used to because of repetition. Hurts my shoulders. And that was just God saying, "Write, please, write. Write. That's the gift that I gave you. All this other stuff is nice and everything, but write." And once I started taking it more serious, and I just looked around one day like, yo, I got enough work for like 10 books or more. So it was just like, and it's crazy. My dog used to rub her nose on my books on the bag that I kept my poetry books. She used to rub all the time. It's be like, what the heck? Getting my attention. I miss my nightly loony boony butt. But I have to go because we don't get days off tomorrow because it's Sunday, but I don't get no days off. So I'm gonna go back to working on some things. get ready for this release. I need to get ready for this Juneteenth uh, uh, reading that I'm doing at Seymour Library. So if you're in Auburn, New York, at Seymour Library, Thursday, June 20th at, I forgot what time. Wait, I am so sorry. I should know what time it is, right? Because I have to be there. But I'm so busy. Oh, this is nice. Okay. I didn't see that. Oh, look, I am so sorry. I forgot that I was on here. I'm like, I don't know any of these people. I don't really think that I looked at that. I didn't see any of these flyers. That's because I haven't really been looking at my emails like that. I really haven't. It's at 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. And the poetry reading starts at 7, so I probably gotta be there at like 4:30, 4:45, something like that. So, because I'm working on not, rolling up somewhere, late and being like, hey, it's not cute to be fashionably late. I don't want to be like that. It's not professional, you know. But okay, I'm sorry. I'm just reading stuff because I don't read all of it. I have to read a little bit of it because anyways. So yeah, if you are in Auburn, New York, Thursday, um, June 20th, stop by Seymour Library. There is for the Juneteenth celebration. I think it was a week long. There was a celebration. There was something that's going on today. I think maybe tomorrow. I think all week. But June 20th, I will be there reading along with some other people. There's going to be some great poets there. Okay. But I love you all with the love of Christ. Honor your mother and father. Love your sisters and brothers. Be kind to your neighbors. But most of all, you got to honor, love, and be kind to yourself. And listen, if you need help, do not hesitate to ask for it. There is no shame in asking for help. There is no shame in, your mind not being right. Understand what a mental illness is. It's just a spiritual illness that manifests itself through thought and behavior. We see this with the maniac, with Jesus, when Jesus healed the maniac. It was a spiritual illness and it manifested itself through thought and behavior. Okay, that's all it is. It's nothing to be ashamed of. You can heal from it. You can always go to back because I had to go back to my doctor and for a reassessment. And people don't know this. This is why you need to be there for your family member. You need to, learn what your rights are, what you can do. Mainly, they have their own rights, but understand. How can somebody who is going through a psychotic break uh, um, uh, give informed consent? When they have to do informed, how? Understand this, okay? They have to sign to take pills and, how? This is called informed consent. How? Uh, if they go to court, if you sign a document and you're under duress and you go to court, that it's null and void. It's not legal. So how is it legal when your family member is signing an informed consent form and they have no idea what the heck is going on? You understand what I'm saying? But see, it was meant for me to go through all of this because I need to know. But so I ended up going back to, you know, a therapist, my therapist, and I needed a reassessment, you know, because I was better. I needed a reassessment. She reassessed me, and the PTSD was gone. The major depressive depression was gone. Anxiety was gone. You know, I still battled with, you know, some things, you know, but mainly okay. Listen, I love you all with the love of Christ. If you are a woman and you are looking to level up, you're looking to get on your purpose path, and you are looking to strengthen your relationship with God, I got you with Glow Up Sis Coaching. You can check me out on uh let's get this. I'm sorry, you can go there too, but look, y'all, I'm still learning how to do this. Please forgive me. You can go to Omnia, www.omnia.co, and you can hit me up. You can inquire about what I do. I'll give you a free consultation. My free consultations are going to end soon. Um, Only because, I don't have to give a reason why, but, it's not gonna be much money, but it will be, my consultations are the free consultations are just gonna end because I end up coaching, you know? But anyways, I love you all with the love of Christ. Honor your mother and father, love your sisters and brothers, and be kind to your neighbors, but most of all, honor, love, and be kind to yourself. Take life serious, but have fun, be lighthearted, and love God.